morning, Bule. So I think, well, it's only me and you this morning. So, well, welcome to our class. Okay, Bule. So what I'm going to do is we were at the poem yesterday, so I'm just going to read the poem again, and then we go on from question 10. Um, so we'll just go on from question 10 and finish up this lesson. Okay, ek lees gou-gou vir jou. Ons is 'n eksieperfeksie gesin. Ek lyk op 'n haar na ma en boet ek op pa. Eksieperfeksie. Ons is 'n eksieperfeksie gesin. Eet lae GI havermout, groente, vrugte, wit vleis en min sout. Eksieperfeksie. Ons is 'n eksieperfeksie gesin. Staan soggens op vir gym, swem, pilates, gewigte, spin. Eksieperfeksie. Ons is 'n eksieperfeksie gesin. Pa en ma het goeie werk, kinders presteer en Sondae het kerk. Eksieperfeksie. Ons is 'n eksieperfeksie gesin. Ons hou van kuns en maak musiek. Word omring deur 'n goeie vriendekliek. Eksieperfeksie. Ons is 'n eksieperfeksie gesin. Net ek word 'n bietjie vet. Ek gaan gereeld na die toilet. Druk 'n vinger in my keel en spoel. En was my hande. Eksieperfeksie. Bule, can I please have an indication if you hear me and if everything is fine? Go on. Please just give me an indication. Just say yes or no, ma'am. Okay, Bule. So then we are going on to the questions. Do you have any questions thus far? Can you remember what the poem is about? Morning, Princess. Okay, so Princess, I've just read the poem to Bule. And we stopped at question 9. So Bule, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you, Bule, Princess, I'm going to give you a minute. Please read through, hi Princess. Please read through the poem quickly, Princess, and then we'll go on to the questions again. Take a minute. Morning, Onka. Read through the poem again. A minute, please. I'm giving a minute for that. Okay, so the poem, just again, it's about this picture-perfect family from the outside, and yet, if you look closely and from the inside, it's not a very happy family. They're all living their own lives and have their own fear, and they don't share it with each other. Okay, so I'm going to go to the questions, and so we stopped at question 9 yesterday. So please, if we go, just answer some of them for me, please. So we stopped at question 9, where I asked, is the word eksieperfeksie only used once in stanza 6? And the answer there is the day op 'n wending. So remember, I said yesterday when we did the discussions, it is it makes a sudden change. It means a sudden change has taken place. In hierdie strofe val die fokus op die tienermeisie in die gesin en hoe sy haarself siek maak omdat sy wil inpas. So the focus of this stanza would be on the girl and how making herself sick in order to actually fit in. You can imagine the amount of pressure that this girl feels to do that. Right, here's number 10. Let's go. Hoe weet ons dat die ek-spreker nie altyd eksieperfeksie is? Your antwoord. How do we know that the teller or the narrator of the poem, the person who's speaking, which is the teenage girl, how do we know that she's not perfect? She's not always so perfect. How do we know that the girl who's speaking in the poem is not perfect? Can anyone please answer that for me? I would appreciate it. Why? Can we say that the person speaking, the girl, is not perfect? Okay. Princess says yes. She says she's a bit fat. Okay, so that's also the reason. And yeah, that is definitely the answer. I just also think we should maybe add there that she's got an Nosipo. She's got an eating disorder, and that makes us a bit imperfect if that's the case. 11. On watter siekte ly die meisie? On what sickness does she have? What do we call that sickness? What do we call that sickness where you make yourself throw up all your food? Princess, it's bulimia. Correct, you are correct. Number 12. Waarop sin speel die woord druk in strofe 6? Gee 'n rede vir jou antwoord. Okay, so we're going to, it's for me to show this to you. Go to the poem. They say here in strofe 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the word druk. Look, I'm going to read line 24 to you. Druk 'n vinger in my keel en spoel. What does that druk mean? It means literally she's putting her finger in her throat and she's making herself throw up. But what does the word druk also mean with regards to the poem? Of the family as a whole now. What does the word druk mean? So I'm going to translate it for you. It's pressure. So if we look at the theme of the poem, what does that word in druk mean in line 24? Think of the poem's theme. If you look at the theme of the poem, which is about this picture perfect family from the outside, what does the word druk mean? In English, pressure. If we look at the theme of the poem as a whole, and if I say sy druk haar vinger in haar keel, there's a lot of pressure. Say that. Guys, so the answer there is it refers to the amount of pressure this child actually puts on herself. So die meisie verkeer onder druk om perfek te wees. So she's striving to be so perfect for the rest of her family and to fit in with her family. Actually makes herself sick. Guys, that's horrible. Okay, this is a question for you guys. What is die tema van die gedig? So I want to know from you guys, what's the theme? Think about it. What would you say is the theme of this poem? Guys, I just want to thank you. I see that you are all here every day for class. I really want to thank you guys for pitching. Okay. Right, guys. So, yeah, it could mean an unhappy, definitely. Guys, think of something in the whole, maybe society. Yes, Nosipo, no one is as perfect as they look. Absolutely. Guys, do you think there's a lot of pressure being put on teenagers these days? Don't judge a book by its cover. That is a very good one. Guys, do you think there's a lot of pressure on teenagers? Absolutely. Nee, I see a lot of yeses there. Yes, there's pressure on teenagers to look perfect. I mean, you see magazines and you see, oh, look at that beautiful body, and you also want that body, and you see, you don't want to, if you also want a perfect family When people look at photos, you don't want people to know maybe of the struggles that you might have in your family. Yeah, so living a fake life, that, yeah, Bule, that is true. People actually live sometimes, but it's in order to fit in with society, and that is what makes it so sad. Okay, so it is a universal theme. 'n Mens sal baie opoffer net om in te pas, perfek voor te kom. So it's a universal theme. It's saying there that we would sometimes really offer a lot of ourselves in order to fit in with other people. And that is wrong, guys. Number 14. Wat is die boodskap van die gedig? What is the message that this poem gives us? What did you learn from this poem? Don't think about what you learned throughout the poem. What is the most important thing that we could learn from this poem that you should always remember? Okay, kids, what would you learn from this poem? Okay, don't be led on. Everything perfect is not. Yeah, always in that manner. Okay, that is good. Always be yourself. Never strive for perfection. Yes, Nosipho. That no one is perfect. That's really good interpretation. Of you. Well done. So jy moet jouself aanvaar, Nesha. So guys, and if there's anything that I could learn or teach you from this lesson that we started yesterday, is you are good enough. And you don't need to be somebody else to fit in with the rest of society. There is no one like you, and therefore that makes it perfect for society. You are okay. All right, guys. So I think there is a question or two left. Let's just quickly see if there's not. Oh, okay. So there's the message. Die gesin is nie so eksieperfek nie. Oh, okay. So there I gave you the answer. Jy moet jouself aanvaar net jy is. Then 15, what kan ons sê dat die gedig 'n anti-klimaks bevat, so anti-climax. Die gesin is toe nie so eksieperfek as wat ons dink nie. So it's actually ironic in a way. The family, although they look perfect, they are not so perfect. Okay, then there's a few questions left. Watter tipe gedig is hierdie? So remember I said to you, we must look at the poem. What type of poem is this? Is this a sonnet? Is it a free verse? What is it? What type of poem is this? Guys, are you there? What type of poem? So Nosipo says it's a free verse. Onka says it's a free verse. You are correct. It is a. Do we see that? We can see that all the stanzas are not the same length. There's not a specific rhyme pattern. So yeah, that is just some of the stuff that we see. Then I'm going to go to stanza 5 now. I want you to give me an alliteration in the stanza. Oh my word, I don't like doing this all the time. So let's go to stanza 5. Give me an example of alliteration in the poem. Ons, of in this stanza, ons is 'n eksieperfeksie gesin. Ons hou van kuns en maak musiek. Word omring deur 'n goeie vriendekliek. Eksieperfeksie. Guys, to be honest, I think that is actually just an example of rhyme. I don't think there's an example of alliteration, so I'm not going to waste time here. Sorry for that. So let's just quickly have a look. Alliterasie. Ons hou van kuns en maak musiek. Okay, so there are the two M's. All right. Gee 'n voorbeeld van assonansie in strofe 4. So assonance, and we're going there now. Remember alliteration, guys, is when a few of the words in the and the line starts with the same letter. So if we look at strofe 4, now I want you to look for assonance, which means there is long vowel sounds. So look for vowel sounds that is repeating. Ons is 'n eksieperfeksie gesin. Pa en ma het goeie werk, kinders presteer en Sondag is dit kerk, eksieperfeksie. Is there an example of assonance in here? Look at stanza 4. I'm quickly going to the answer there. Okay. Let's have a look there. So the answer is pa en ma het goeie werk. So all the A sounds there. Pa en ma and then the E sounds. Okay. Next one. Die woord eksieperfeksie word gereeld herhaal. Wat is die effek van die herhaling? Okay, this is, you don't even think of it quickly. The word eksieperfeksie is repeated quite often in the poem. What is the effect of that? What is the effect of the what would be the reason then for the word eksieperfeksie being repeated a lot? Why do you think the word eksieperfeksie is repeated? What's the effect of that in the poem? Okay, to make us believe that they are a perfect family. They could, and I think it's also, that is exactly what Princess said here. So in Afrikaans, it will be 'n heel volmaaktheid van die gesin word beklemtoon. So it's to make us believe, yeah, well done, Princess, that they are this perfect little family. Okay, number 20. Watter tipe spreuke kry ons in die gedig? What type of narrator? It's not really a narrator when we write a poem, but what type of speaker is there in the poem? Is it a first person, a third person? What would it be? Okay, Princess said it's a first person. It is correct. In other words, an ekspreker. Okay, then I'm asking, who is speaking in this poem? So we know what type. Who is speaking in this poem? Who is speaking in this poem? Guys, the person speaking in this poem is a teenage girl. All right. Number 22. Wat is die funksie van die alleenplasing in strofe 7? Guys, the last stanza is stanza 7, and it consists only of one word, which is eksieperfeksie. What is the function of that? The function of an entire stanza consisting of one word, which is eksieperfeksie. So the question again, wat is die funksie van alleenplasing in strofe 7? So the word eksieperfeksie is the entire stand. What's the function of that? That one word stanza, which is eksieperfeksie, the word. Okay, so the answer there is dit dien as uitheffing, die woord moet uitstaan. So they want to emphasize the fact that this family is known as perfect, however they are not. Then, this is a question for you guys. I want you all to listen now. Verduidelik die ironie in die woord eksieperfeksie. Please listen to me. What is the irony of the word eksieperfeksie? What is the irony of the word eksieperfeksie in this poem? The irony of the word eksieperfeksie, if you look at the poem as a whole. Okay, guys, so the answer there, iets is volmaak of sonder foute. Die werklikheid lyk anders en is nie volmaak nie. Guys, so in other words there, that sentence construction is a bit horrible. We expect them to be picture perfect, meanwhile they are really not. Yes, so nothing in this life, and I think one of you actually said that before, nothing in this life is absolutely perfect, any mistakes. That is the very truth. And there is your answer, die vrede siklus van gesinslewe. Oh, so that was the next question. Die titel van die gedig word in die laaste strofe herhaal, so they're actually repeating the title in the last stanza. Then they're asking us, what does that imply? And the answer there is, die vrede siklus van haar gesinslewe gaan aan asof niks verkeerd is nie. So it's like so this answer is saying to us that it's a toxic cycle that is just repeating itself over and over and over. So even after this poem is written, it's not that there's a change. It is repeating itself constantly. Okay, guys, then the last, I think this is the last question. Sou jy deel van so 'n gesin wou wees? Guys, this is a question you can answer for yourself. If you don't want to share, would you like to be part of a picture perfect family? Would you like to be perfect, part of such a type of family? If you would like to share, you're more than welcome. Princess says no, I wouldn't either. Yeah, love and understanding is much more important than all the superficial stuff. Okay, all right, guys. So that is then, I think that was the last question. And then again, this is something I got from Cordelia Mentor, all the stuff, all the things that we studied from this poem. And there is my email address and the Google Drive link, guys, if you want to have more information. But now we're not done with this class yet. I'm going to give you a moment to quickly take a picture of the questions and answers. Take a picture of the questions and answers so that you have it. I'm going to count till 5. Okay, then we go to the next one. Also, please take a picture. Oops, sorry. Okay, now I want you all to listen carefully. So the next lesson, that's what I wanted to start today, is a listening comprehension. But we're not going to have time. It's a 10-minute video, so we're not going to have time to start the lesson and then watch the video. So what I decided to do is I'm just going to show you the video today, and then we'll talk about it tomorrow. And then I will show it to you again. So I'll show it to you twice tomorrow again. Okay, so listen to me carefully. Did you all hear me? I'm going to show you a video now, which is part of a listening comprehension that we will do tomorrow. Can you please indicate if you heard me? Guys, I'm going to show you a video now, which is part of a listening comprehension, which we will do tomorrow. And I want you to look at it. Okay, so the video didn't work in the PowerPoint, so I had to go and get it from the internet. Now you'll see that the quality of the video is terrible, but you can hear what they are saying. So please just see if you're probably not going to see much, but listen to the video. All right, so I'm going to show it to you quickly. Bear with me. Just before we start, let me just get the audio for you. Okay, what's happening here? There you go. So it's 10 minutes long. Just listen to it so you have an idea what we're going to do tomorrow. Can you hear?
In die regte wêreld maak Tesla's in die berge tussen Caledon, Napier en Hermanus rus 'n dorpie so sag op die oog dat ons sy naam wil fluister. In die regte wêreld maak Teslaasdal deel van die Teewaterskloof area in die Oeverberg uit. En bly daar nie regtig kabouters of voetjies nie. Wel, nie wat ons gesien het nie.
Die dorpie is so weggesteek dat dit op party landskaarte glad nie eens verskyn nie. Maar ek durf in elk geval vandag die grondpaaie in Teslaasdal aan om uit te vind wie en wat hier wegkruip.
Die area is 'n opkomende wyn, olyf en laventelbosstreek en die dorpie het net 'n klein winkeltjie vir basiese noodsaaklikhede en 'n drankwinkel. Met slegs sowat 2000 inwoners is hier meestal skaars 'n beroering te bespeur. Tog is dit naweke effe meer besig omdat dit deel van die Cape Country meander is, wat al hoe meer besoekers hier langs lei. Joy Paulsen is in die dorp gebore en getoe en beywer haar om die interessante slawegeskiedenis te bewaar.
Joy, Teslaasdal is vernoem na 'n Nederlandse settelaar. Wie was hierdie man?
Hy was Johannes Jacobus Teslaar. En hy is gebore 1748 en hy was 'n luitenant in die Kaapse Korps en as beloning het hulle vir hom 2 plase gegee, Hartbeesrivier en Steenboksrivier.
Teslaar word beskou as die eerste grondbaron van die Oeverberg. Hy en sy vrou Alida was kinderloos en het die plaas Hartbeesrivier aan hul slawe nagelaat. Steenboksrivier is deur Johannes se broerskinders geërf. Joy het Charlene intussen geneem na 'n 1861 slawegraf.
Hoe het julle geweet dat dit die grafte van slawe is?
Want die slawe het geleef en gewerk in daai tyd in die 1861. By die graf het ek dit gevind en dit is die kettinge. Hierdie is 'n goeie bewys wat ek vir jou gee dat dit wel slawe was wat hier is.
Joy maak seker dat die begrafplaas netjies bly en so word geskiedenis bewaar. Met die vestiging van 'n poskantoor in 1930 het die plaas Hartbeesrivier Teslaasdal geword. Charlene is nou by die St. Barnabas Anglikaanse Kerk wat een van 9 kapelle in die groter gemeente is. Hul moederkerk, die Holy Trinity, is in Caledon.
Dit is so 'n mooi kerkie, maar ek sien dat daar oor jou skouer die kerkklok. Dis 'n ongewone plek vir 'n klok om te sit.
Ja, kyk, die kerk is in 1939 gebou hier en die mense het nie eintlik die gereedskap gehad om die kerkklok op 'n gewone plek te sit nie. Hier was nou nie aparte toring nie en toe het hulle nou sommer maar daar gesit waar dit nou is.
Die oorspronklike bankies van Amerikaanse greinhout dien steeds as sitplek vir die sowat 70 lidmate wat Sondag hier erediens hou.
Saline het 'n afskrif van die diens wat in 1939 gehou was om die kerk in te huldig.
Ek sien dit is geopen deur die aartsbiskop van Kaapstad.
Ja, die was in die 1939, 11 Junie. En my ma was ook nog teenwoordig by daardie diens en sy het vir ons vertel hoe wonderlik was dit gewees daardie dag om hulle eie kerkie te hê.
Behalwe 'n nuwe orgel wat in die 80's van die Middelton gemeente gekom het, is die enigste verandering in die kerk die verkryging van 'n altaar. Dorpies soos Teslaasdal word dikwels 'n plek waar stadsbewoners kom vrede vind, veral oor naweke. Charlene is op pad na die huis van Bonnie Jewel. Sy het as rekenaartegnoloog gewerk voordat sy hierheen getrek het. In 2004 het sy haar eie unieke huis begin bou deur van strooiklei gebruik te maak.
Is jy besig om klei te trap?
Ja, die sand en die klei en strooi en water.
So dis die mengsel waarmee jy bou.
Ja, die klei komt van net agter hierso en die sand is van die pad af en die kalk ook en die water is van die dam af en die strooi is van die boere hierso naby. En dan het ons ook die pale om die struktuur in te sit en dan bou ons dit rond die pale in. Tussen die pale ook. Het wordt zo hard zo cement en dan zetten ons ook die bouwkalk op, zodat die water niet het weg was niet.
Waarvoor staan hierdie B? Bonnie's Place.
Nee, bierboot. Jy moet net wees.
Ek het nou baie lekker gespeel, Bonnie, maar ek gaan jou nou toelaat om net te wees in jou huis.
Strooiklei reguleer temperatuur goed. Dit beteken die huis is warm in die winter en koel in die somer. Strooiklei is vuurvas, goedkoop, ekologies vriendelik en reeds in prehistoriese tye gebruik vir konstruksiewerk. Teslasdal is ook die tuiste van Suid-Afrika se nommer 1 ultramarathon uithou ritruiter, Naomi Muller. Dit beteken sy ry 160 km in een dag met een perd. Alle internasionale kompetisies is oor 160 km en jy het 2 jaar om daarvoor te kwalifiseer.
En wie is dit? Dit is Karaka. Hoe verskil die voorbereiding van 'n langafstandperd soos hierdie van 'n resies?
Okay guys, up until this part is where the questions will be. So you don't have to look at the video any further to see the questions. So what I'll do is, I'm sure you can all see, tomorrow then when we do the lesson again, we're going to look at the listening process. We'll also look at the questions and we'll watch the video again up until where we stopped. Okay, so that was then our lesson for today. I know it is a short lesson, but it's okay. We did at least half an hour. So then I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care.